Hello and welcome to another special time on your favorite show, Omotè. Yes, the #1 feminine show for the special topic. It's all about being in a toxic relationship. My name is Ogaga Otautu. Our guest is already here. Join me as I welcome Mr. Jerome Yaovi Onipede.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, Yaovi Onipede. Thank you so much. We're so glad to have you here
it's
today.
my pleasure coming around. Yes, my pleasure being here.
Thank you.
A toxic relationship.
Yes.
I mean, it's a situation we have all over at the moment. You know, when you say toxic, you're talking about poison, something that is poisonous. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Toxic relationships are a big and major concern all over the world, basically. And you find out that it's amazing that out of every 10 relationships you have, at the moment right now, it's amazing to know that at least 7 people may be in a toxic relationship. Now,
Are you
yes,
serious?
7 people
7?
may be in a toxic relationship,
Wow.
but maybe about 3 will acknowledge that, and probably about 1 will come out for help.
Question was going to be, how many people even know they're in toxic relationships?
A lot of people may not be sure if they're in a toxic relationship or not, because you have so many people coming out of a dysfunctional relationship. I mean, a dysfunctional family right now, a family that does not function right, and people, because this is the normal that they know, because this is the normal they have lived with all their lives. You realize that it's not a big deal for them. It's just a way of life.
They've accepted it as a norm.
As a norm.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, as a norm, because for you to be in a toxic relationship, something about it must not have meant so bad to you. And people have been through a lot of abuse lately. There's so much abuse going on. When you talk about abuse, you could talk about 7 facets of abuse, physical abuse, physical neglect, emotional abuse, emotional neglect, verbal abuse. Then you talk about child sexual abuse. Then you're even talking about spiritual abuse. So that's about 7 I've mentioned so far.
Wow.
So you have a lot of people go through this facets of abuse.
Are you saying that some people that are in toxic relationship may have experienced one or the other of this kind of abuse?
Yeah. In homes, basically in homes. I mean, if you have never been beaten, with hands by your parents because you've done something wrong, and which might not be the right way of dealing with this, because by the time a parent is beating a child, hitting a child,
out of anger,
with anger, that's not discipline. That is you fighting your child. Now that child grows up and just takes it on like
it's normal.
It's normal. It's normal. Do you understand? I'll give you an example. There was this thing that went viral some time ago, and it was a young girl who was talking about not paying her school fees. And the next thing she said was that she been a beat, then go beat, tire. She's
used to it.
Exactly. That's it. So that child has been prepared already for a toxic relationship, whereby she's gonna say, at the worst they can do, I'm gonna go anyway. I'm gonna go back home. The worst, I know I made a mistake. I didn't tell him anything about going out, but I'm gonna go back home to my husband. The worst he will do is slap me up and down, and then he will get tired. Do you understand? Because already she's used to that. Now that's what I mean by the fact that a lot of people already come from dysfunctional families, and as their background, and because they come from this families that are already dysfunctional, where they're experiencing all these phases of abuse, which I told you about, physical abuse, which is the same as you call it domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
It is.
I want us to go. Let's pick out some of the telltale signs of being in a toxic relationship.
Well, first of all, one of the things that a toxic relationship will do to you is it's going to pull you down. It's going to pull you down. So if you were up, you find out that you're going down. In a toxic marriage, or relationship, you realize that you've actually married down.
How?
Do you understand? Because if you were here and you met somebody who is very toxic, somebody who's very poisonous, the person comes, rather than the person help you, to rise, like they say, 2 are better than 1. You realize in this situation, 2 is not better than 1 at all. Rather than being alone, that being 2, and now, so that person gradually will do everything to pull the person down. A person who is poisonous, who is toxic, can be anything. It could be a narcissist, can be somebody with a personality. It can be somebody who is very confused, a person with a borderline relationship, So you find out that and they're all over. They're everywhere. They're not being checked. Nobody's saying go for rehabilitation, go for psychiatric checkup, go for this, go for that. So you have them all around because nobody's checking anybody in that area of mental health. Signs is that person is never happy with himself. And because the person is never happy with himself, he will always project it on you. You are doing something wrong. You shouldn't have done that. Don't you think that what you're wearing is too expensive? How much you collect?
And talk you down and
talk
try
you
to
down all the time.
Please, Mr. Onipede,
So,
I will come back. Please. You're going so deep, please. Before we go there, please don't go anywhere. We'll be coming back very shortly. Keep it locked here. Welcome back. This is still Omotè. I'm sure you're enjoying it. Mr. Onipede is taking us to a whole new level. Now we're looking at some of the features of a toxic relationship.
That's right.
Please, can we keep going?
And so we've said that one of the things that you must understand that being the toxic relationship, you're going to be pulled down. You found that you're not rising. That's because you've been hit by poison. And the poison can be somebody who keeps on rejecting you. The person always will probably give you like nine statements of condemnation and maybe only one statement of commendation.
Look at that.
But even that one statement of commendation is not to make you feel good with yourself. It's to lure you back to him, to make you feel, oh, he loves me. Oh, he cares about me. Oh, he's not that bad after all. That's why we'll give you like 9 statements of condemnation and just one statement of commendation.
Mr. Onipede, I need to say something. Why are some of them still in it? Could it be out of desperation? Especially women in this age bracket.
They're not desperate. One of the things abuse does to you is abuse makes you helpless.
Look at that.
You become a very helpless person. You are brought to being somebody who can actually make a move on your own, to becoming somebody who becomes very, very helpless. Abuse makes you, one word for abuse is damage. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Another word for abuse is misuse. Another word for abuse is hurt. Another word for abuse is wound. Do you understand? So the person is damaged emotionally, damaged psychologically. The person may actually now start getting damaged even physiologically, where it begins to affect
the
liver, the health completely within the organs, the inner organs of the body. Is that bad? Is that bad? Where an emotional problem can actually be translated into a physiological problem. A real woman continues to believe in her man. That's the truth. A real woman, has the capacity to support her man.
Okay.
A real woman believes in her man. Do you understand? Keeps believing that things are going to get better. Things are going to get better. A real woman is a counselor to her husband. A real woman sits with him even when nobody believes him anymore, but keeps on believing, keeps on saying things are going to get better. That has worked for a lot of men. And that is why they will never compare their wives to anybody, because they know how they made it in life. Yes. But in the case of being with a very, very toxic person, that part of her is still there, intact, wanting to believe, looking at him and saying, but this guy, was not like this before. When I met him, he was very nice to me. She remembers, because women have this thing about gratitude.
Okay.
She remembers the time he changed her car tire in the rain, and saying to herself that if he was a bad person all through, why did he come out? The rain was bad on that day, and this guy went on changing the tire, of the car.
Could that be a reason why a woman would jeopardize to believe in this man that is making your life unbearable?
There are a lot of,
so to speak.
There are a lot of factors that surround that. Do you understand? Why does she stay? Why doesn't she leave? Now, first of all, she may not leave because she has now become very helpless. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. When you find a donkey, and it's not just that stories going on about donkeys and all that. When you find a donkey, the way a donkey has been trained begins to think. The donkey is right there. There's space for the donkey to move. Okay, in certain public places, they put male donkeys and female donkeys in 2 different places. Now, but the amazing part is this. The owners know that this other male donkey, all he has to do is move through some pile of wood and just move into where the female donkey is. But you know the truth? He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it because he doesn't know he can do it. And a lot of females get to a point where they become helpless with the damage that has occurred over and over in that relationship. Being told they are nobody. Who do you think you are? Who's going to marry you when you leave? Who's going to? Don't you know that I'm helping you?
I'm just helping.
Don't you know I'm doing you a favor? Do you think any man out there? Are you? I'm out there. I know what's going on out there. No man will like you. So you look. Meeting me is the best thing that's happened in your life. She hears that over. She hears that over and over, and that's what keeps replaying in her head. That's what keeps replaying. But what if she now says, "I'm going to have to leave"? The society is not in support of her. She doesn't know who to go to, who is going to stand by her, who is going to fight for her. Because men who are toxic, a lot of them have wealth, and a lot of them also have power. Yet these men are not okay up there. They have power, they have wealth, they have everything. And so at the end of the day, even if she leaves, especially when she has children, now she's not going to go far. Either the children are taken away from her. No woman wants to leave and leave her children behind.
We've heard of stories of women that took the bold step and they left and their lives became better for it.
I agree with you. Yeah. But I can assure you of something. Those women have people that beckon to them. Okay. People that were waiting on the other side to give them all the kind of support that they need. So you see, one of the movies acted by, I guess, Jennifer Lopez, called Enough.
Yes, I've seen it.
Now, in that movie, she was leaving. She was married to a narcissist or a man with a narcissistic personality. You know, and this is something we need to look into because that personality is all over. Because a man with a narcissistic personality, despite the fact that he can be very afraid, it can be very mean and everything, is a man that is living in fear. It's a very fearful person. He does all that full. It's a facade. It's the most fearful of all men.
Wow.
Do you understand? He's controlled by fear, governed by fear. Yes, very fearful man. Do you understand? Remember that for the fact that she came alone in that movie. To come to confront him. When he found out, he was scared because the woman goes crazy. You make her go, she becomes mentally disturbed that she doesn't even know what she's doing anymore. You know, and that's the only way she can get out of she has to defend.
She can actually get out.
She can get out.
She makes up her mind to get out of the relationship.
Yes, she can.
So you don't have to stay there. You don't have to be stuck in there.
Most definitely, yeah. You find out that a person in a toxic relationship gets you to come in with them. You eventually come and start staying with them. They take over your life. Do you understand? They take over your life.
And before you know it.
They might even take over your house. Where they're staying might belong to this woman. And they come into that house. And all the people, if she's probably been good to her parents, giving them things, doing things for them, he's going to stop her from doing all of those things. And you just find out suddenly your sister is like she's gone crazy. Yeah. She's the one, she's now making excuses. Oh, I don't have any more. Oh, this. Oh, they have not paid me. Oh, I loaned one of my friends money. That was the guy she loaned. That's the guy she loaned. I loaned one of my friends. I'm still waiting. As soon as the money comes, I'm going to try to do something. Please, mama. Please, papa. Don't be offended. They have to check it. Once they see that our behavior is no longer consistent, they have to step in right now.
Good. So how does she get out?
Go into her home and begin to find out what's going on. They have to register their presence.
But what if she doesn't allow them?
Well, they can force themselves into it. They can now involve the law enforcement agency. The law enforcement agents, people always say, no, they wouldn't do anything. Oh, this, for example, they'll say, the police don't believe in domestic. They'll tell you it's not a police case. It's not this. It's not completely true. Okay. There's certain police people who might not go for, who might not be able to do more than they should, but they will advise you on what to do. Yes. It's because they could watch your situation for you. Yeah. Some people that run those things are bitter, they are this, they are that, and it's rather than really stand to fight, properly, they fight in ways they should not fight, and they even make the matter worse. But these places that we have mentioned right now, they are really trained. Okay. They are not biased, but they will counsel. They will stand by her. Okay. Do you understand? When nobody wants to believe her story, they will know she's telling the truth. They will know she's not gone crazy.
I agree with you, but that is when she agrees that she needs help.
All right.
Most of these women in toxic relationships don't agree that they need help. They
Very
don't want
true.
to talk about it.
Very
This
true.
step of getting out of it, you just mentioned now, this very important step of involving a law enforcement agency, any of them, I mean,
It's
the
for those who want to get
It's
out.
for those who want to get out and they're sick of it.
That woman was never an island. It is because some were becoming a very insensitive people.
You can say that again.
Do you understand? Very insensitive people. If she doesn't want you to see me, she doesn't want me to be there, I can hang around. Because I believe in my friend. I know that this is not the friend that I have. I know where we're coming from. I can hang around. I can stay around. The fact that I'm even hanging around, will mean a lot to her. She could drive me, she could do a lot of things. That's not the time for me to start getting angry with her. That's not the time for me to start, saying, well, if you like to die, let her die. When she dies, you will regret that statement you made. Because then you will feel you could have done something. But you can hang around her. So you find out that the best way to come out of a toxic relationship is never to go into it in the first place.
Oh, wow.
And that is very possible.
That's profound.
Yeah, very possible, because you actually can tell a lot of things, from the very beginning.
I like that phrase. Say close now. The best way to get out of a toxic relationship is don't get in
the first place. Yeah, that's
Did you
right.
hear that? And yes, we call it a day on today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Gaga Otautu. Do have a beautiful week ahead. Bye-bye.